Hi guys, welcome to howtoimprovemygolf.com. I'm Andy Carter.
And I'm Chris Fletcher, and today we're talking about part 2 of our anti-slice with the driver. So if you haven't watched part 1, make sure to go to the link above. That'll help you with the setup. Today we're going to be speaking about the backswing and the transition of the downswing.
Right, so you want to get set up then?
Yep.
So just very quick recap on the last video, just so we can just get you into the correct setup position. We got ball position in line with the left heel. We just started to talk about making sure that your shoulder alignment and your feet alignment are parallel. So we're making sure that we've got some nice straight lines through the shoulders, the forearms, hips, knees, thighs and feet, so everything is nicely uniformed. So moving it forwards from this position, it's important to make sure that with the driver we're trying to encourage a nice high launch angle. We're trying to get that ball up into the air. We've only really got 9 to 10 degrees of loft on the driver head. So again, we want to make a little setup change where we can encourage as much launch as possible, obviously to an extent. Yeah. So if you take your setup again for us, Chris.
I'll do on what most amateurs do, should I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, quite a few amateurs.
So we can see there from Chris's setup, spine angle is leaning towards the target. So we want to try and bring it back behind the golf ball and let the hips just push forward ever so slightly. His shoulder line now is pointing to the sky. So he's encouraging that kind of slightly shallower angle of attack into the ball and hitting the ball kind of on the way up, so to speak. So we're trying to get as much launch angle as we possibly can from this driver. Tee it high, let it fly.
That's
you like that one?
Yeah, tee it high, let it fly.
That's the one, that's what we want. So from this position now, we're going to start to move the takeaway back on, again working on some straight lines, so trying to get some nice width, trying to get a nice angle for the club to come back on. Okay. So if we start to bring the club away, we've got some width, we've got the club parallel to the target line and in line with the hands as we look down the line angle here. Again, what we see a lot of golfers do, because of where the setup initially was, the club gets a little bit too flat on the inside, it starts to climb up the back and moves forwards. Again, relative to ball position and everything else, that ball will probably slice, or if you manage to straighten the face up, it will be a big pull to the left hand side. So we're working on just trying to get the club face coming back on a straight line. A good little checkpoint here is to get the shaft of the club pointing parallel to or pointing at the target line. And then this will allow Chris to get a little bit more height in his backswing, which creates loads of room here on the downswing. So it creates room for Chris then to just drop the elbow back into his side and deliver the club either from the inside of the backswing path or into a much straighter angle. Certainly not getting his hands and arms disconnected on the outside. So it's really important that the club comes back down on a very similar line. Even if it actually comes slightly over the top of the original line, it's only going to be a fade. So we're still getting rid of the slice. We've still got a connection here. We're not one for making sure that the club has to come on the inside. It can come on the outside as long as we've still got the connection and the path of the club into the ball is still relatively straight. So Chris is just going to do that a couple of times for us. Get nice and wide on the way back. Create loads of height at the top of the backswing, which then allows him to crunch up on the way down and then start to deliver some power into the ball using the hips and the body. So we've got a nice width, height, and then we're crunching down with the right elbow into the side and the hips then are much easier to rotate through. Golfers that come over the top really struggle with that rotation through impact because the club is effectively travelling towards them and you will feel like you're moving out of the way. And that's where a lot of golfers then say, I lifted my head. Because your very first movement, we hear that every day, your very first instinct of after hitting the ball is that you're in a straight posture position, you're looking up to the sky, and it's not you physically lifting, it's just the angle you've come back into the ball. So the width on the way back, the height at the top of the backswing will encourage Chris then to come back down on a much straighter path, along with everything he's done at setup as well.
I like what you were saying, Andy, before is a lot of the amateurs are coming flat and then they come over the top. If you look here on the back angle, my arms are very far in front of my body, whereas what Andy was getting me to do before is get this position at nice and high at the top and then to drop in so my arms are very close to my hips on the downswing. So that's a good checkpoint as well, I reckon.
Almost feel like it's a very tight downswing feel. You almost feel very cramped, but that's a good thing. That's generally a build-up of power as well.
Exactly.
Are you ready to hit a ball, Chris?
Try my best.
Dazzle us.
Dazzle you? Okay. Let's see what I've got in the tank.
Ooh. Hashtag you boofed.
Got boofed. I'll hit one more as well.
Nice. So again, just slowing that swing down there. As you can see, the club is coming back nice and wide. We've got some height going up to the top of the backswing. And bang. Love
Boofed.
it. Kaboofed. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the second part of this anti-slice with a driver series. Part 3 is coming very, very soon, where we talk a little bit more about impact and follow-through position. Because again, even the follow-through after you've hit the ball will have a huge bearing on probably what's gone before it on the way into the impact position and what the ball's going to do. Guys, please follow our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Also as well, subscribe to the channel, and with a brand new website which is now launched, so you can sign up for absolutely free and avail of some exclusive content, online golf lessons and many, many more. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye bye.
So I'm just going to go ahead, ball position. If we can't quite get the feet close together, there, right in the middle of the two big toes, up to the top, and strike through.
Good strike.
Thank you.